Oh, I'm a recording now. Hello, hello. Now, this is a Nostrovini about the craziness that's going on in the world via the post, the Bible, the true Bible, the paper of record, according to me. And I'm reckoning that I'm telling the truth when I talk from the perspective of the glorious New York Post. Now, there are communists, Marxists, anarchists, and liberals who disapprove of the Post. Say it's a rag. That's my rag. And I love it. That's right. I love it. Anyway, here we go. Give and take. Give the poor Ukrainians are losing the war. You say, no, they're not. They're striking back at Russia. They're hitting the Russians. True, but there are a lot more Russians than the Ukrainians. Now, what we should do is frack and send the oil to Europe so they're not dependent on Russian oil. You know what's happening? They're, bu- they're fighting the Russians in the Ukraine, and at the same time, they're getting oil from and supplying the Russian war machine. What the hell is going on here? You cut them off from it all, the Russian war machine will just come to a screeching halt. But they're playing games. It's what you call your basic military industrial complex. They fight wars that where they could win. We could win. We could beat Putin. If the man miscalculates and thinks his reign of gangster terrorism can rule Russia forever, I don't know. Russians gonna get a little tired of this. And a lot of millions of them getting injured and wounded. Of course, there are hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians. Same difference. But I'm telling you something. God bless the Ukrainians. I can't. I feel bad that we're cutting a deal that favors the Russians. Let's face it. Sometimes you have to be realistic. Unless we go in there and risk atomic war. Atomic war, that would interrupt my day. Keep pushing for pushing for Zoe's child care. Now, they want child care in New York, free child care, millions of dollars invested in it. And our governor, the Matt, is saying, yes, that's what we want to do. Now, let me tell you something about free child care. It's not free. It has to come out of somebody. It's going to come out of the taxpayer. Taxpayer wants to pay it for his own child, not somebody else's child. Yeah. And maybe they'll do what the Somalians doing. The Somalians, the big hack, they had child care there and there was no children. How can you have child care with no children? That's terrible. You ask yourself, why am I, because look, looking at me. Wealth goes, Mama, that's what I'm going to call him, our mayor, Marcus Mayor, millionaire Marcus Mayor, comes from a rich family in Uganda. Yes, yes. Was he Pakistani or something like that? He's in Uganda. It don't make no sense. No, he was put there as an elite uh, people that would work for the Frenchies or the Russians or the Ukrainians or the Belgians. I don't know who. Not sure. I didn't read my dictionary today or my thesaurus. All I know is those people were rogues. And Europeans, what they would do is they would put Pakistanis and Indians and all that stuff. I mean, Indians from India, it's not our Native American Indians. And they would do the work that would be a middle. Of course, some of those commies, I say commies because what happens is every generation brings your so-called progressive. Oh, I'm progressive. That means I'm going ahead. You know, if conservatives just say I'm conservative, they don't go. I'm a, I'm new wave. I'm second wave liberal or Marxist or anarchist or progressive, whatever you want to call yourself. The devil has many names. Yes, I believe that they're in league with Satan. Well, it's true. Now, this is in Somalia. They had kids in daycare centers, and it was a hoax. There's no kids in the daycare center. How could you? I repeat myself. Mountainous teams, members hyperant against the cops. Now, we have never needed cops more, and a lot of hospitality is needed in this New York, where you have psychotic macheting people in the subway and habitual criminals and foreign brands. Now, I saw America. Now, if I'm gonna get mugged, I want to be bugged by an American, not some guy off the boat or going off the tunnels. That's true. Early exit. The mayor, he might be exiting earlier because I think what's going to happen to him is that he's going to overplay his hand. That's comedy smart from doing. You can hear this thing? I know it's got up. Ah, our president. He's called a warmonger, but he stopped the 8 wars. He said, stop. He stopped the Cambodian Thailand war. I didn't even know they were fighting each other. But he say, and monks, 10,000 monks got together and said, he deserves a lower piece of his prize. In the left-wing media, they didn't even acknowledge this. Pelosi warns against impeachment. They're going to try to impeach our great president. A man is starting to go from us to go to the Gulf of America, who promises to seize Greenland from those Dutch. Oh, yeah. What are they doing for Greenland? It's not even green. It's wet and cold. Why is going against AI? Because maybe it's run by conservatives. Ultimately, uh, that's what happens when you get smart. You get reactionary. Are you saying because I'm a reactionary, that's the truth? Of course it is. Now I'm going to shut this thing off. The man inside.